Hi, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna start with a jog or march, and we're gonna get our resistance training going today. All right, so just a march is just fine, starting to get a little bit of pivot in the shoulders, a little bit of movement in the legs, or you can jog a little bit, add a little hippity hop to it. All right, so if something hurts, don't do it. All right, that's not the idea. We'll try to have some options for some of these exercises, so we'll try to display some of those on the screen when we're doing, the selected exercise. So you can see a different version or something else you could do, especially if there's an injury or something's not feeling right. All right, so our first step is get warmed up. Get warmed up. We got 5 warm-up exercises that we're gonna do to loosen up, the body and get it ready. Without that, sometimes it's tough to just jump right in and do some resistance training work. So the goal is to get a little bit of huff and puff right now. All right, so get stuff set up. Strong mind, strong body. All right, that's what we got for today. We got jumping jacks. So we got the half jumping jacks. That's where a lot of us go actually, because it's a little bit easier on the impact. So you don't feel like you're doing half effective. You're doing half jumping jacks, because you can get them rolling pretty quick, and they're a pretty good challenge that way. All right, so in there, you got the full jumping jack is an option still. All right, the hoppier version. So we're doing the jumping jack. We're trying to keep hands only going about head level on this right in here. We're trying not to bend them too much. No, it's not bending the elbows. Try to have the shoulders moving a little bit as you do that. Get the arms ready. We got several nice arm exercises. We got a couple leg exercises. Really one exercise done on both sides. But this would be a great routine. I really feel like this is going to balance out your strength well. And then with the other cardio workouts, some of the other mixed resistance, should be a really good combination. So we got tap backs coming next here. Tap back and reach up. Tap back and reach up. Right in there. So you're tapping one foot back. You don't have to go as low as I am. Reaching up and just sinking into it a little bit. Trying to lean towards that front leg as you do it. All right. So if you try to set a world record on your first tap back, you might pull something. This is a chance to warm up a bit here. This is one of my favorite warm-up exercises because of what it can do for loosening up here. Oh, yeah. Getting the legs loosened up, getting the shoulders loosened up. As I think about that Saturday Night Live skit, superstar, right in there. You can try to look it up on Superstar Saturday Night Live. All right, tapping back here. Oh, that feels good. Oh, it feels good. Oh, I'm gonna change already. Kick back, crisscross. All right, kicking back, crisscrossing the arms. All right, right in there, abs in tight. So the main feature of this is what's happening in the shoulders. All right, is that the shoulders are squeezing back and coming back toward each other. Don't drop your hands too far, or else it ends up being shoulder joint. We really want to be about the shoulder blades as you're doing this one. And if you do it right, it doesn't take very many before you go, why are my arms so heavy? Oh, such heavy arms. If we do this right, even the warm-up is part of the benefit that we're getting from this workout. All right, so we do want to get benefit from the warm-up here. Push the hips forward as you're doing that kickback, so make sure it's not in here kicking back. It's in here. Hips are pushed forward, abs are in tight as you're kicking back there. So you feel a little more stretch in the quad, a little bit more work in the hamstring that way. All right, we're gonna hold on here. We're gonna squat with a field goal squeeze, the last one here. So sitting down low, stick the butt out, squeeze the knees out, shoulders squeeze down and squeeze back. We're stretching both areas. Now come back up, come back down, push the butt back, squeeze the knees out, shoulders down and back, squeeze as low as you can in that squat with good position. All right, and then back up. Show you from the side here. Come on down, butt is back. See how my knees aren't going in front of my toes as I'm doing this? My knees are out, my back is straight. I'm not rounded here, back is straight. Come back up, back down, push the butt back, shoulders down, chest out, squeezing in there. Squeeze that stretch, back up. One more, last one, down, We're gonna shoulders away from the ears. We're gonna go right into push-ups. We're gonna nail the first exercise right away. All right? All right, here we go, push-ups. All right, so we're going right into it. You can do them on an elevated surface. I'm gonna demonstrate on the floor. You got from the knees, so get right to it, or from the toes. All right, your goal here is to see how many you can get in a minute. All right, you may have to take rest breaks every once in a while. All right, try to see how many you can get in a row before you take that rest break though. And that's a number you can actually keep track of. Now as you do the push-ups, notice my head is out in front of my hands. My face is trying not to reach towards the ground, trying to keep it pulled back. My body is nice and straight. Shoulders are away from the ears and chest is out. Nice. 15 seconds left. Now you do have options. You have an option for doing a tricep kickback on this one if your shoulders are a trick. All right, so if your shoulders, pushing can be a tricky one for the shoulders sometimes, so hit that tricep kickback instead. It'll be a good exercise too. The next one is hummingbirds. All right, so we're coming down. Shoulders away from the ears, abs in tight, going up and down here. Now, if it feels okay for you, I'm gonna ask you to add in a little bit of neck mobility in here too. So mouth closed. Can't do it when I'm talking really, but mouth is closed. Tongue in the roof of the mouth if you can. You're looking up, looking to the side, to the other side, but keep a strong flap going, okay? Hummingbird, we call it hummingbird because it's not occasionally go. It's high squeezes, small flaps. All right, so the top squeeze is where you get the most work in your upper back. Shoulders away from the ears. We want to really restore our posture here, so add a little look with the head, with a strong flap. Get a strong work in there. Pretty torturous, but it's good work. Reaching wide. If you come up this way a little more, it is a little bit more challenging, but it could be trickier on your shoulder, so watch out for that. All right. And we've got the crab press next here, just lifting your butt off the ground. All right, if you can't lift your butt off the ground, doesn't work that way, just push into the ground. Pushing into the ground there. And what I'm trying to do is basically get a longer neck. I'm getting a little bit taller as I do this. And so I'm doing it, I'm training these muscles on the underside of the arm, really squeezing into there. Great posture restores, but also this is a great little blast for those triceps. So getting back into those again a little bit. Very nice. If this one doesn't work for you, you can substitute almost anything in here if you needed to. All right, so if it's really not helping you out, try bicep curls, in this spot, or another row. Squeezing into it. Getting taller. I'm trying to bend the arm too much. A little bit of bend's all right. So now we got the split squat. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Coming down and up. Down and up right in here. And I see how this knee is not going forward and backward. Big mistake most people make on lunges is they got this forward back movement. It's not that, that's too much knee driven. We're coming down and up, which becomes more hip driven as we're doing that. Pressing down through that heel. You can add weights to this, either hand weights or a bar to get some extra challenge there. A lot of times if you really focus on that strong squeeze coming out, like the other day I did 135 pounds on a split squat, but if I focus here, I can get pretty good work here too. All right. Digging into it, got 8 seconds. Back is nice and straight. Pressing that heel into the ground. The option for this is a leg raise. So if you see that, up on the screen there, is a leg raise kicking up right in here. All right, so that's if it's too tough on the knees. All right, you hit that one instead. All right, weight on the heels. For the leg raise, you're gonna do 2 sets of front leg raise. The second 2 sets are gonna do back leg raise. All right, we got 4 sets total on this workout. You should probably know that. Press that heel into the ground. Shaky, twitchy, burny. All that good stuff. Set the chest out, shoulders away from the ears. Really think about that heel driving into the ground. It's different. It's different when you do it that way. Nice. Make sure that knee isn't hooking in front. Right, so a lot of people make a mistake. of that knee hooking across. Don't do that. Keep it out. Weight on the outside edge of the foot as you're doing that. And the heel. Lots of big action in the front leg. All right? Rest break. Woo. So that is the circuit. That was first round through. So we got a couple more of those. So we got 3 more times through that. Should get better and better. So we're gonna challenge it. I'm gonna try to go a bit. And I'm gonna try to talk, coach, and encourage too. So I might get distracted a tiny bit. When I exercise on my own, I'm a bit quieter. Well, I'm a bit quieter as far as speaking. I'm a bit louder as far as grunting. All right, so we got about 25 seconds. You need a sip of water if you want to. We start on push-ups again. All right. Now again, if you're doing the tricep, chest out, butt out, and you're kicking back right in there for that tricep. Or if you're doing a band, pressing back and through here. All right, so that again, if it's tough on the shoulder, do that one. You got elevated push-ups. You can do it off a countertop, coffee table even, or the floor. There we go. Next round. You're gonna start counting these things. I would like you to try to count them because that's how, if we do weeks of this, you can get from going, well, I can do 15 to, well, I can do 30. Now, when I do push-ups, I don't lock out at the top. A lot of times when we lock out, that's the hardest part of the wrist. It hurts the wrist more because it's really jamming it, tightening in there. But it also gets us out of position and we come back down. A lot of times our shoulders don't roll back again. So notice on my push-ups, I don't quite go all the way up. I keep active tension in my body. Nice. You may notice you can find a little more challenge that way too. For this one, make sure we're not dropping the head. Keeping it pulled back. Okay, I got a couple more seconds. Nice. All right, hummingbirds. Right into it. Arms out, shoulders away from the ears, flapping away. Again, if you can, add the look. When I do that, I can feel it working down my back. All right? Add that look. I can feel that work. We're trying to mobilize that upper back, that area between the neck, the whole rib cage area, basically, that neck and lower back. A lot of times, neck issues and back issues are because of that rib section is locked in place. We're gonna try to do little looks. Help us to check our blind spots better. Oh, get that flap going, Jeremy, come on. You let up on your flap. Make it burn. It's supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be tough. Come on. Look. Flapping like a maniac. Shoulders away from the ears. Abs pulled in. Glutes tight. All right. Crab press is next again, all right? So we're coming down there. I'll spin around this way this time here. All right, so you're coming down and pressing off the ground. You don't need to have your butt too far away. You're not way out here. Just right in here, pressing up. Talking with a physical therapist there. You're saying that's a great action for our shoulder. Really gives great stability in our shoulder joint. Again, if you can't push off, just push in. Just push into the ground. Try to drop your shoulders as you push in. Getting a little bit taller. Trying not to bend my elbows too much, but there's a little bit of bend going on. That's okay. I'm trying to see if I can really work it through the shoulders as I'm doing this. Again, you're trying to get taller. Trying to get tall. Oh. Split squat. All right, here we go. Right up into it. Big long step. All right, coming up and down. Now, a mistake people make a lot of times is they step too close to the other foot, and when you come down on this, it's lots of knee pressure. All right, so step back farther. You got less knee pressure. It's a little bit tougher on the muscles though. There's a bigger stretch going on. Only go as deep as you can for now. Hopefully, over time, that depth improves. I'd like you to be able to lightly touch your back knee to the ground. If you're not there yet, don't force it. All right? But that's gonna give us really good range of motion. Range of motion a lot of times equals extra resistance. So if I load more weight on here, sometimes I stop moving as far because I can't control it. I don't have that ability. So try to keep a good range of motion, dig that heel in. If you notice your toes are getting crammed in the front of your shoe, it means you're pushing back too much. All right, pull that heel back towards you, press that heel on the ground, and you'll feel a lot more work coming. Other side. All right, switch it up. Down and up. Down and up. Right in there. I was talking a lot on that one. I wasn't thinking as much of how it felt. So I'm gonna try to really dig in and think about this heel. It changes things. When you push the heel, it feels a little twitchier as you come up. Second leg is always tougher than the first leg because they both were working a little bit on that first leg. If you're feeling that back leg too much, lean forward more onto this front leg. All right? It's not supposed to be a major back leg. There's a little bit of stretch going on, but make sure it's not too hard on the knee or something like that. 10 seconds. All right, rest break. Now it's my hope this workout makes you stronger, but also makes you younger. All right, so as we build this kind of balanced strength, working on some of these core musculature areas, as your body feels better, more capable, ready to handle stuff. All right, so 2 of our workouts are going to be this one, for this month here. All right, so 2 of them will be right in here, and then we'll have a little other, some other resistance or mixed stuff on one other day, and then certainly there'll be an interval day and some cardio day. So, something to look forward to. On the weekend, pretty light. Usually Saturday's more like a stretch day. Sunday can be a rest, but you don't have to take a nap the whole day, all right? 10 seconds. So that's 2 sets down, 2 to go. Back to push-ups coming up. Let's get down. Ready? And go. Hit those push-ups, shoulders away from the ears. Pulling back there. And keep going on those push-ups. So make sure your shoulders away from the ears and you're right in here, pressing there, all right? So coming across right in there, that line where the arms are, coming across the chest there. Nice. Shoulders away from the ears. Helps to think about pushing into the ground. Abs pulled in, make it a plank also. I want your head position, especially when the going gets tough. We tend to start scrunching the shoulders up, thrusting our head forward. Keep the ribs out. Keep the ribs big. Big ribs. Oh boy. Oh boy. 8 seconds. You may have had to pause a couple times, that's fine. All right, hummingbird. Wrap it up. All right, shoulders with ears. High squeeze, but not high with the shoulders. Shoulders with ears. Up high here. Big chest stretch happening. Pretty tough after doing the push-ups. And then once you got a good flap going, then maybe add a little bit of neck and upper back mobility. Abs tight, glutes tight. Oh boy. When you're laying there, some question is how much of the ceiling can you see? The less you can see, the tighter your neck is. Flapping. Come on. Strong. Burn. Come on, burn. Let's burn together. All right. Crab press. Flipping around like a little break dance. Here we go. Coming up and down. Pressing in. If it's tough on the wrist, you can do it on knuckles. Or if you have some dumbbell weights, you can hold on to those while you're doing it. And again, you don't have to lift your body. Just go for that pushing into the ground. The top's the hardest spot. So I'm gonna squeeze up and pause for a moment. That'd be all right with me. The workout's getting close to over already, come on. boy. Oh, 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 it's not easy, but that's good. All right, big step. Big step. Challenge yourself to maybe go a little bit bigger on the step. Try that out. All right, big long step. I got some sweat going here. So now imagine if you're sweating, the sweat would be landing on your shoe. All right, so you lean forward a little bit, really getting after that front leg really nicely. On the heel, I can tap my foot while I'm doing it. So I'm not driving into toes. And the top is right here, not back here. If you need to take a rest break, step forward to rest break. All right, instead of popping back here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's lovely. Now again, if you need to make it tougher, grab a couple hand weights, a couple grocery bags, whatever you need. But a lot of times you can dial in your posture more to make it tougher. Is my chest out well? Am I pushing down through my heel well? Moving slowly through it. Oh, felt that, felt that. That wasn't even demonstrating how to rest. That was actually me wanting to rest. 25 seconds. All right, don't rest again, Jeremy. Don't rest again, even if it burns real bad. Come on, you try that too. 5 seconds. Step forward. Ooh, a little dizzy. All right, bend forward. Rest it up a little bit here, especially if you get dizzy. Bend over, bend over, bend over. It happens a lot when you have a stretch with an exercise. So you get done with it, there's a whoo feeling that happens. You're not broken if it happens to you. All right, but make sure you don't just stand there and try to pass out. You know, bend over or lay down even if you have to, if it gets real bad. All right, your body will recover. It'll do a nice job. 20 seconds. One more set. I'm feeling it. You feeling it? Let's see what we can do on this last set to be tough. See what we can do to be tough here. Here we go, push-ups. Shoulders away from the ears, abs in tight. Doing that 90% of the way up. Skipping that top just a little bit. Now you notice I don't try to touch my chest to the ground. A lot of times you go down too deep, you get out of position in the shoulder. Come on. It's go time now. 25 seconds. Oh, my head's dropping. Don't let your head drop too. Come on. Slowing down, but I'm not stopping. All right, hummingbird. Hummingbird time. Flapping it up. Come on, burn with me now. Feel those shoulder blades working, shoulder blades peeling back as you're doing this. And that's where the big intensity work should be. Some across the shoulders too. And my look, now I gotta go flat going. Oh, the sweat's rolling down. Sweat's rolling down. Big flaps, come on. Fast flaps. By big, I'm not high. Don't big, no, not big movements, but small movements. Up high, up high. All right, crab press. Here we go. Here we go, man. Here we go, friends. Here we go. All right. Oh boy. Oh, you're getting spent. You're getting spent. But that's right where we should be. Right where we should be. Come on. Be brave. Be brave. Get tall. Ow. Come on. Don't give in. Don't give in. All right. Split squat. Split squat. Oh boy. If we're lucky, those will never get easier. Down and up. Down and up. Right in here. Let's get some big focus on these ones. Big step. Oh yeah. Dig that heel in. You want to bring your hands together in front of you. A little bit tougher that way. And you should be on the back leg raise for this fourth set. So third and fourth set was back leg raise. If you're doing leg raises instead of a split squat. Almost there. Get forward. Oh, other leg. Oh boy, big stance. Digging that heel in. Getting quieter means I'm getting tired. I'm getting quiet as far as talking at least. Dig that heel in. Quick pause. Oh man. Come on, Jeremy. Come on. Be brave. Be brave. Do the work. Do the work. Use the range of motion that you got. All right, and challenge it. If you need to, just hold for a little while. If you can't go up and down anymore, 10 seconds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so finishing off this workout, we're gonna add in some core work. So it's either core A or core B coming up next. All right, so you do that, then we do a stretch, then you've got your workout done for the day. So we're going to alternate our core work a little bit during the week as well. All right, that was a blast. All right, it's core time. Hi guys, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here, and we've designed this workout to be one of the best ab workouts you are ever gonna get. Now, in order to do that, you have to be focused. All right, so if you just go through the motions of this, you will get way less than half the benefit of doing this. All right, so 1 minute on each exercise. We've got 10 exercises to do, and it's gonna be a lovely, fun time. Stability ball side crunch. Ready, set, go. Stability ball side crunch. Bottom foot is forward, hand right in here and coming up. All right, so my bottom foot is out in front and the top foot is back behind there. This turns me a little bit towards the ceiling so I can work the obliques there. If I got the other foot forward, I'm gonna work on my lower back more. All right, you wanna be up on the hip on the ball, and so you're not resting on the ball in between. You're coming out and squeezing up, coming out and hanging from this muscle and squeezing up. That's where focus comes in. Now you're pulling in from the front too while you're at this. All right, pulling in from the front. If you want to go for the extra version, it is hands together overhead. All right, right in there is the extra version. Make sure when you go the extra distance though, that you still are focused and controlled, really pulling in and squeezing. Pull in, or actually use your abs the way you want them to be. If you want them to stick out, go ahead and stick them out while you exercise. But if you want them to pull in, you better pull them in while you exercise. All right, I'm gonna switch it around here. Get the other side. I'm gonna face away from you a little bit there. And we're tipping out and coming back up. All right, coming out and back up. So my bottom foot is out in front. I got the other hand right in here to kind of give me a guide there. Look at that elbow. I'm kind of pointing up towards the ceiling and then coming back. When I'm up to the ceiling though, I'm not resting on the ball. Abs are tight right there. Pulling in from the front, trying to get more and more out of each movement. If it's too tough, if you do bend your legs more, that can make it easier for you. All right, so the higher up on the ball you are, the harder it is. If you go too far, you know, over the top of the ball, you're gonna fall. Big focus. Squeezing, pulling in. Not going lightning fast. We're not sitting all the way up as we do this. And we're not flopping all the way down. We're right in the mid-range on that. All right, so now, just a classic stability ball crunch. So roll out on there. Abs in tight, and we're coming up. Right in there. Again, focus is the key. Lower abdominals pulled in, glutes tight. Feet are underneath the knees here as I'm doing these. Big focus. This one right here, I feel definite dimension change in my abs after doing this one more regularly. It's pulling right along the ribs here. That's where the abs hook in, so you're squeezing right in there. Imagine like you've got a bar here and a bar here, and you're bringing them closer together. Stretch them apart, bring them together. But when you come back here, don't rest. Don't rest. This should be the hardest working spot, is when you're back and you're squeezing. Keep your head back so you got that extra counterweight so you're not nodding the whole time. It's squeezing. Looking up at the ceiling, squeezing. Oof. Hands behind is a little bit tougher as you're doing that one. All right? So now I've got the hand walk. All right, so I'm gonna get that out of the way a little bit. So I'm in here, I'm gonna walk my hands out. In that plank position, the farther I go, the tougher it is. I'm gonna walk them back. You can't do it from knees as well. Walking out. Walking back. Walking out. So we're trying to really get some hard challenges here. If we stay with easy work, this is the kind of abs we're gonna have. Hard work equals hard abs. All right. Really tighten up, make sure your back is not arching as you walk. So only go as far as you can control. If you start to arch, you've gone too far. All right, now we got Y's, T's, and I's. And we're gonna show somewhat of a break from the core. But it's part of the core. Y, T, shoulder with ears, and then I. As you're doing this, you're pulling your abs up off the floor as if you are resting on top of thumbtacks. Underneath below your belly button, there's just a row of thumbtacks. Pull that in really hard. Squeeze your shoulders away and back. Make sure you're not tensing up in the neck too much. Squeeze the glutes, keep your feet on the floor as you're doing this. Butt's tight, lower abdominals tight, and again, your focus. How hard can you pull those lower abdominals in while you're doing this? How hard can you squeeze your shoulder blades while you're doing this? Don't just go through the motions. Don't just go through the motions. Squeeze and work each spot as you're doing this. Now we've got V-ups. All right, if you have a weight, grab that, because a heavier weight is gonna make a bigger change. All right, reaching back and coming up. Whoa. All right, so right in these V-ups, right in here is the hardest working part. When I reach back there, I got this urge to arch my back, and I gotta squeeze and tighten. Prevent that. Oh, I feel the anchor point of those abs. Oh, we designed this so it can be a good challenge for me too. All right. Hopefully at the end of doing this program, you'll be able to give me a run for my money. If you need it easier, bend your legs more and do it with less weight. The lower you kick your legs out, the harder it is because your back wants to arch more. Next up, groininator. All right, on the ball, abs in tight, and we're squeezing. All right, so big hard work there. Still some subtle work happening here, right? We gotta teach our core how to play well with the rest of our body. All right, so what we're doing here is knees off to the side, hips directly over the knees, shoulders back and down, my posture straight up and down. Straight up and down as I'm squeezing right in there. So squeeze as hard as you can, like you're trying to pop that ball, and then come back out. As you're squeezing, you're also squeezing your glutes and pulling your abs in. Again, the focus is what matters. You can make it tough. You can make it tough. Coming out, squeeze it back in, glutes, abs, squeeze, coming back out. All right, good. Now we're gonna go back, revisit the side crunch and the regular crunch on the ball, and that's how we finish off. All right, looking up. Oh, things are looking up from here. Squeeze in, keep it tight. If you want it tougher, you bring that ball in a little bit more. Now your ham hanging out on the side more. Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it focused. I don't know if you want the harder version there, like you're diving sideways into a pool. Trying to wrap your hands around each other, just palms together. I could do this all day. Pull those abs in from the front. All right, other side. We're getting there. Nice, remember right in here. Bottom foot is out in front, slightly angled up towards the ceiling. Abs in tight. Good, nice wide stance, gives you balance while you're doing this. All right, let's go for the harder, if you can. Pulling in while you do it. No, we're not coming all the way up, and we're not coming all the way down. We're playing in mid-range. Turns out that's the hardest spot. Almost there. Pulling in, pulling in. All right, just a regular crunch left to go. Hopefully you're burning and hurting all kinds of feels. All right. The burn is what we're going for. Burn is what we're going for. The more sets you do, the more reps you'll get into this final exercise. You gotta pause, rock down and pause for a second, and then come back. Don't start arching over the ball. I'm finding myself wanting to. Don't you do that. Imagine those ribs pulling this way, pulling those ribs that way. The more tired you are, the smaller you should move. All right, so a little movement. So I'm going a little bit smaller now. All right, that was it. That was all. So 10 minutes of abs right there. All right, so enjoy that sucker. Enjoy that sucker. Woo. You know that's gonna make a difference. You can feel it, you can tell. If that's hurting in any place, hurting your back, hurting your neck, hurting your shoulders, stop doing it. All right, but if it's hurting and burning your abs, you've got the right spot. Usually what it means is you gotta work that posture better. If it's hurting one of those places, maybe we need to sub out an exercise. So send us a message if you're feeling something that's not good and you can't seem to solve it yourself, and we'll try to help you out on that, all right? So hit it, get it, shred it. So I'm gonna come down right in here. I'm gonna start the timer because we got 30 seconds for each stretch. All right, so this first one, we're pulling the knee in towards us. Bottom leg is out straight. Toes are pulled back towards you. Heel is pressing away.
You want to have a little bit of space under your lower back. Tailbone is pressing in, shoulders are pressing in, posture is really straight, and you're pulling this leg in towards you. So we're stretching out the hip, the upper hamstrings. You know, you're going to feel it all around in through there, depending on where you are tightest. So trying to maintain this good posture is going to be a big deal. So switch sides. So 30 seconds on each shot there. In a way, we're kind of practicing, the hip movement without moving in the spine. All right, so a lot of times what happens is when people bend their hips, they bend their back too much, so we're using the floor to help us keep the back straight. So stick that chest out, squeeze our shoulders away from the ears, tailbone digging in, shoulder blades digging in again, a little space. Sometimes I tell people, imagine like there's a little ant choo-choo train going underneath your back. All right, so that can be helpful, just a little bit of space in there. All right, now we're gonna cross the ankle over the knee, reach through, grab the bottom leg, so one arm goes through the window, one just goes around the outside, and you grab behind the thigh there, all right? If this is too tough, you can't quite reach, your legs are too tight for that, you can start off with this one here. So you just see the foot still on the ground. But if you can't reach and grab, if you start off, you're pretty tight, you need to be up in here, that's fine, but you're gonna try to work your way towards laying down. Once you have that, you're gonna start pulling it towards you more. All right, other side. So cross that ankle over, reach through, grab that bottom leg, pull it towards you. The leg that's on top here, you kind of flex those toes back towards the knee. As you're doing that, gets you a better stretch too. And don't be limited by how long your arms are. Start bending them and pulling that towards you. Oh, a little tight this morning. There we go. So this is really stretching the hip, stretching the glutes, external rotation in the hip there. So it's very, very helpful for lower back, knee pain, those kind of things. So we got those two. Then we take the rest of them up. So there's a chance to settle down doing those couple stretches. We do the tricep stretch. So you grab onto the elbow, pat yourself on the back. You're almost like you're putting your thumb on your own shoulder blade there. Point the elbow up in the air, stand nice and tall. Make sure it's not pushing your head forward. And stretching back in through here. So it's like that sure and unsure commercial. You better be sure you're sweaty because you should be at the end of your workout, at this point. Other side. So you point that elbow up, reaching back, opening up. If you're pretty flexible, you might be able to add a little bit of a tip to this. So you're tipping and kind of pushing the elbow up a little bit more. And you might be able to extend the stretch down the side and here into the lats a little bit as well. So doing this stretch can help you increase the shoulder mobility, allow you to reach and move through the shoulders a bit better. So that's a good deal. All right, next up is the hamstring stretch. So a little standing hamstring stretch. Just kick one foot out, chest out, butt out. Imagine there's a dial at your hips. Turn that dial to tip over more. So we're not trying to bend in the back to get this. Turning the dial, tipping in there, stretching in there. If you want to, you can pull your toes back, but if you get too much calf and it stops you from stretching your hamstring, don't pull the toes back too hard and focus in more on the hamstrings there. We've got a calf stretch that we do, more towards the end here. All right, in there. Other side. Try to keep your hips facing that front leg as you're doing this, and really tip into it. The hamstring is fairly uncomfortable when you're stretching correctly. It is not going to be your favorite thing, to do there. Here, tipping in there, chest out, butt sticks out. So you must stick your tailbone up behind you. Imagine that little dial you're tipping into it. Feeling that work. Keeping that knee fairly straight there. And there. All right, the next stretch is a hip stretch. You start with kind of feet, apart just a little bit here, and you're reaching one leg back. All right, extending that leg back behind you. Trying to open up in through here. So hip position matters. So if your hips are tipping forward, you won't feel the stretch very much. So rock the hips back up. I usually start off in the initial stretch, and then I kind of drop the heel a little bit, ease that back, and try to get just a little extra stretch in there. If you spend any time sitting, this is a helpful stretch. Spin around this way, the other side. So you're standing here, you reach back, keeping posture upright. That should get that stretch across the front of the thigh there. All right, pressing, reaching. So you're kind of pushing this hip forward while simultaneously reaching that heel back. That also creates some of that stretch. You can tighten the glute on this side to help improve the quality of the stretch, so a little squeeze in there. All right, next up is a quad stretch. So you use the wall usually to balance onto this one, grab onto the ankle. ankle, point that knee down, abs pulled in tight, and push the hips forward. Knee points down, abs tight, push the hips forward, stretching along the front of the thigh, right in through here. Big stretch through there. If you're pretty flexible, you can almost imagine like you're bringing that knee behind your hip. So you push the hip forward, knee moves behind the hip. But make sure you're not starting to arch your back as you do that. It's pretty common. All right. I know a lot of people can do this without using the wall, but I do recommend people use the wall because this does not have to be a time to think about your balance. This is a time to think about your stretch. All right. Point that knee down, push the hip forward. We want to make sure that our balancing is not decreasing the quality of our stretch. So use the wall to help yourself out there. Point that knee down, push this forward, abs in tight. I used to think this is all about trying to get the heel to your butt, but truthfully you can not stretching at all like this. When you bring that knee back, you get a whole lot more. All right, the next one is going to be a calf stretch. So you put your both hands on the wall, one foot back behind, one foot out in front, and you're pressing this back heel towards the ground there. Notice how the foot's straight ahead. A lot of times people will get this kind of angle with their foot. Make sure you straighten that sucker out, press that heel down. It shouldn't quite be able to get to the floor. If it can, bend your front leg more so you're drifting towards the wall a little bit extra on this one. All right, I'll show you a little bit up between the walls over here. Show you from the side. So you're pressing that heel down. This knee is bent, arms on the wall. You're pushing on the wall to create some extra tension for that calf. It's a strong, strong muscle. Just trying to get that to stretch really, really well in there. Calf tightness causes foot pain, knee pain all the time. So I want to make sure you're spending this quality time stretching. So really getting into it. Bend that front knee if you need to sink deeper into that stretch. All right, the last one is the chest stretch. So we go arm up on the wall, step forward with the outside foot, drop your shoulders down, puff the chest out, and turn away from it just slightly. Just slightly there. So I usually put my hand, near head level. That gets my elbow around the same level as my shoulder. Really make sure your shoulder's down and chest is out. Otherwise, it's going to land in your shoulder joint. You want it to come across the chest more. You want that stretch feeling in through here as you do it. Switch sides. Arm up on the wall. Step forward the outside foot. The bigger the step, the better the stretch. I have found on this one. Shoulders drop down, chest puffs out, abs pulled in. You turn away a little bit. Oh, nice stretch. Reaching in through here as you're doing it. Feel that reaching, so not here, not here. Pulling through. If you feel it down in here or down the arm, you don't have it right. Focus on dropping the shoulders more, puffing the chest out more.
Well, you did it. Have fun. Be safe. God bless.